So
No, I think they're
Quantum Leap or Sliders.
Quantum Leap or Sliders. There are two kinds of people in this world. You can either, you can like both of them, but you're either a Quantum Leap person or you're a Sliders person. I am a Sliders person. I think Sliders was the superior.
Do you like pulled pork or beef?
That's such a terrible joke. That's such an awful joke. Okay, clearly you're a Quantum Leap
Jerry
person.
Connell in Sliders?
Yes, he is.
That's why it's bad.
No, it is not bad. Sliders is a fantastic show.
Jerry Connell has never been in anything good besides Stand By Me, and that was
Sliders
barely him.
is better than Quantum Leap. I'm saying it. I'm standing by it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Between the Streams. This is our weekly show where we talk about television and we debate things and movies and everything else that's going on in the world of entertainment and streaming.
Sure.
I'm Greg Nibbler.
I'm Ryan Juanita.
And we have a ton of things to get to today. But
we do.
To start off, well, I'll say this. Coming up, we're going to talk about Han Solo, a bunch of news coming out with him.
Young Han Solo.
Because
Han Solo... Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Okay, all right.
Watch Force Awakens.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing there? Yeah, everything was fine.
Everything's good.
He's not referencing anything. There will be no spoilers in this show. We're going to talk about the Justice League. We're going to come back and talk about Netflix renewing a bunch of shows, and we want to know what you think should have been renewed or should be renewed or should not have been renewed, all of those questions. So we'll get to that stuff here in just a little bit. Yeah, that's easy right off the bat.
That's the one.
But before we do that, let's take a look at what's coming out for the weekend, and we do this every week where we kind of hit the weekend box office preview because we don't have a better name for it yet, but this is that segment.
That is the better name.
That is the better name. So usually summer, we've got a bunch of blockbusters that come out.
This is a really weird weekend because Matt Damon's new Jason Bourne movie, Matt Damon, was supposed to be the big movie of the weekend.
Right.
And coming up cold.
Not so much, huh?
Our guy reviewed it and said it's basically just Rick Marshall is his name, and he's our main reviewer, and he said it is basically just rehash.
Okay.
Of all the other movies, which they've all kind of been like that, but even this one, he said it's like almost like, Matt Damon's too old for this bleep, if you know what I mean. It's just kind of...
Is it just... I mean, it's not
retreading old ground. It's the same director from the last two in the franchise as well. He came back to it after the spin-off.
Okay.
And, and Matt Damon came back to it. But... The real question is, do we really need another Jason Bourne movie? And I think everyone answered today with, not really.
Well, they did 3 with him as Jason Bourne, and then they did the Bourne Ultimatum with, what's his name?
Yes.
Hawkeye. Yeah. and that one, I mean, it was all right, the one with Hawkeye.
Jeremy Renner.
No, Hawkeye.
Or Hawkeye.
Yeah, and I mean, it was okay.
Yeah, I saw one scene from that which they used in a like a demo disc that you use to test audio systems, and that scene was kind of cool.
Yeah,
their missiles came in, and he dodged the missiles.
Right.
That was interesting.
Everybody likes missiles, dodging, and all that kind of stuff. All right, well, anyway. So this new version of Bourne. So he's back.
Yeah, he's back. Even Alicia Vikander can't save this one, it seems like. Tommy Lee Jones is in it, playing basically the same character as the first two evil, business or, government agents. I don't know if he's evil, but he's basically
if
playing
he works for the government, he's going to be the evil guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then Julia Stiles. I think, the best thing you could say about this one is Julia Stiles got a job because she hasn't had a job in a while.
Oh, she did. I think she did some Lifetime movies.
Okay.
So that's always a go-to.
Not exactly the rising star she was hoping for.
Yeah.
Anyway, we think you should probably skip that one. Although I will say that Rick Marshall did say there are 2 really awesome car chases, as we've come to expect. This time there's actually 2.
Sure.
So you get 2.
Okay. Well, there we go. That's Bourne. Go for the car chases.
Then there's Bad Moms, which is
Stiles.
Also getting sort of middling reviews.
Yeah, so Bad Moms, can you explain what this actually is about?
Bad Moms is a movie with a fantastic cast. Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, Katherine Hahn, who is amazing in everything. A lot of people know her from Step Brothers, but she's just freaking hilarious in everything she does. Christina Applegate, even Jada Pinkett shows up. Jada Pinkett Smith, I should say. Which we haven't really seen
I don't want to get
much of her since
Jada
Gotham,
Pinkett.
and I couldn't even recognize her in Gotham. She looks different.
Yeah.
But anyway, this movie is supposed to be about moms and an overworked PC culture, and they aren't going to take it anymore, and then they start getting drunk.
Okay.
And so what we've heard is the cast is fantastic. They do their best with it, but there's just not much there. It's from the writers of The Hangover.
Okay.
And that was pretty much the same movie 3 times in a row, and so
they get drunk and forget things, and then have to piece it back together.
I don't know,
again. Okay.
I don't know exactly where the story is going to go, but another just not that exciting movie, and then we have another one Nerve is also coming out.
And these are all movies coming out this weekend.
And that is Dave Franco and Emma Roberts. This one, again, is getting like very middle-of-the-road reviews at best.
Well, and I watched the trailer here, and if you're watching live, we're playing the trailer, of course.
It's
you can
an
find it other
interesting
places.
concept.
Yeah, the concept is essentially that there's, I don't know when this takes place, but sometime in the not-so-distant future, and there's this game that you play online called Nerve, where the audience tells you what to do and pays you for it.
And it's it's
so
truth
it's
or dare without the
truth
truth, they call it in the trailer.
Truth or dare, and you make money at it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the premise is. And so that idea could be good, but
then
once you start
things
watching,
take an evil turn and they can't get out, and it's PG-13 and
Right.
it's going to bring the teens in. Again, not an inspiring movie. So my advice this week is, if you haven't seen it already, go see Star Trek.
Star Trek is still the choice.
Stick with Star Trek
Okay.
Beyond. It's it's a fun popcorn movie. It's exactly what you're looking for as a summer getaway popcorn flick to get out of the heat. And that's what we're recommending this week. We usually try to recommend the best movie that comes
best new
out,
one?
but
it
say
is
just
Star
go
Trek.
to Star Trek.
Still Star Trek. Go see Star Trek,
Yep.
and or unless you're a really big Julia Stiles fan, then go see.
That's
Bourne.
right. Because darn it,
Right.
she needs a role or two.
I like Julia Stiles.
Yeah, I've always liked
Why
her.
are you picking on Julia Stiles so much?
I'm just saying she hasn't
yeah.
done much in a while.
Yeah. Wow. Very anti-Julia Stiles.
She's
stance.
10 things I hate about Julia Stiles.
All right, let's go on to some more news that came out.
Yeah.
And this has to do, of course, with all of the Star Wars movies that are happening.
From Trek to Wars.
Yep, from Trek to Wars, because we have the regular episodes that are going to be happening, then the one-off movies that'll be every other year.
And Rogue One is coming at us quickly.
Rogue One's coming out this year, and we already knew they were going to be doing spin-offs of characters as younger versions of themselves. And we've got young Han Solo, who has been cast. We talked about this. This isn't breaking news.
Right.
He was cast, and Aaron Reich, right? That's how you say
Yeah,
his last
Alden
name.
Ehrenreich. And
Aaron
so
Reich.
the news is, now this is from the Daily News. So, it's a little bit of a tabloidish paper, but
Okay.
it's usually pretty accurate. They have a source at Disney who said that Aaron Reich has been signed on for a 3-picture deal.
Okay.
And the rumblings from this is that if young Han Solo does well, which, there's a good chance it will, considering Disney's track record so far.
Yeah.
If so, we'll get a trilogy.
A trilogy.
Which could be really interesting, like a spin-off
Yeah.
trilogy. And the source reportedly says, given that Han's early adventures do not need to be tied to the Empire, it leaves storylines open with the opportunity to really give fans something different. They can explore new galaxies and crazy creatures and bring in a wide array of new characters, unquote.
I mean, I suppose that's true. They can take it in whatever direction they want.
It
because
almost
we don't
sounds
know.
like some of those Star Wars spin-off like animated series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it's, somewhere in the realm of that universe, but really not connecting you to the core story.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't even need Jedis or anything like
Right.
that in it. It's just going to be Han Solo as a space pirate.
Yeah, and we know he was,
You know.
a ruffian and he got into trouble. He's going to be hopefully stashing stuff and,
and you
running around with Chewbacca.
Yeah, I was going to say you probably get the origin story
You
of how
might
him
go
and
to
Chewbacca,
Chewbacca's like homeland, I'm thinking. Yeah, exactly.
How those two teamed up and all of that. Yeah.
But if they are thinking of spinning it into a trilogy, they have to, with the Chewbacca thing, they might have to take a while. I mean, the first
Why is
movie
that?
might just be because because you want
Not do it right
a
off the bat.
slow roll, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Chewbacca won't even show in the first movie, or maybe he'll come in later. If they're thinking trilogy, which honestly, every movie these days is like a franchise.
Yeah.
Rogue One probably not, since it ends 10 minutes before A New Hope.
Right, that's probably a standalone.
But young Han Solo.
Yeah, they could spin that into a several. Okay,
Yeah.
so young Han Solo.
Also, an interesting little tidbit I found out about this. Rumor has it that Steven Spielberg discovered Alden Ehrenreich at a bat mitzvah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just saw him there and was
I
like,
don't know.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was on stage or if he was just hanging out or they met. But,
Okay.
That's supposedly where he got his start.
Okay.
I first saw him in Hail Caesar.
Yeah. And you
That was his
claimed,
first big movie.
You did lay claim on this show that you thought he would be the next Han Solo.
I thought he'd be the next Han Solo when they started talking about it, but I immediately in the movie was like, that kid's got something. He's got charisma.
Kid's got it right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You're going to be a star someday.
He's got that nice mix of like comedy that you want.
Yeah.
That's what made Harrison Ford so great in the early days.
Are you going to try to start discovering people now? Like going around the mall? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to be a star kid.
I'm just going to go to bat mitzvahs.
Yeah, well,
And,
that's not creepy at all for you to just show up at those.
well, maybe I should be invited.
You look like Han Solo. You're
gonna be a star.
You're gonna be a star. Get out of it, Mr. Juanita.
Star in the
Please,
world.
we've told you several times. Please,
You're no longer
You cannot
welcome
come
at
back
the
here.
Marriott Convention Center.
All right. So there we go. That's the news on Han Solo. Let us know what you think. Whether you think they should make 3 of these, or whether this is going to overkill. Will this kill the character of Han Solo too much?
Or should they
too
do
much
it at
Han
all?
Solo?
Some people
Yeah.
think that Han Solo is sacred ground and that they shouldn't be retreading it whatsoever.
Well, that's if you think anything's sacred ground. Nothing is sacred ground anymore.
It's not,
That-
but certain characters,
get
it
over
seems
that.
like,
Yeah.
some people are, and I see that,
Yeah.
If it's not Harrison Ford, it shouldn't be done. That's
Right.
That's been the idea.
Yeah, well, tough luck.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. Whatever your stance is on it, it's not going to change. They're
Right.
still going to do it. So,
Well, interestingly enough, they decided not to do it with Indiana Jones up to now.
yeah, but I could see that happening.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think they may just completely reboot Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that would be the idea.
You know, with not Chris Pratt now. I don't think it would be Chris Pratt. But I think.
Well, 10 more years, and we'll be in the
Pratt will
minority
be in the
of
same-
we'll be in the minority of people that actually remember like the early Indiana Jones stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, you mean that Crystal Skulls movie?"
Oh, don't say those things. That's terrible.
We're getting old, Greg,
Sacrilege.
especially you.
Sacrilege. All right. Well, moving on to something else that we've got. So we've got a bunch of things to get to. Again, we're going to be talking about Netflix renewing some series, Stranger Things, a bunch of things coming up with that, and the Justice League reboot. But I know there is a show that you love.
Yeah.
You had it as one of our Between the Cracks
right.
segments, and I did try to watch it. It was a little too much for me.
Well, it's all from so it's called Peep Show, and it's a very famous British show. It's probably one of the biggest British comedies of the last decade or two. Very big show, and it stars David Mitchell and David Webb.
Okay.
And Mitchell, and the two comedy duo. And they're big stars over there, but David Mitchell and Robert Webb, sorry. But anyway, they are redoing this in an American version. They're
Okay.
taking Peep Show, this huge show, and the main thing about this show that's different than a lot of shows is it's all first person. They shoot it all from first person.
Yeah.
Which was your problem with the show.
Right, and it's a little.
It's hard to
takes a
get
lot
used
of getting
to.
used
For
to.
me, it took like 1 or 2 episodes. For me, it was the same learning curve as The Office.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good analogy here because that is the other show that came from Britain that was a huge smash in Britain and also became a huge smash in the United States. Basically charted its own ground and did the rarefied thing outside of talent search shows is to take a beloved piece of comedy or drama and reboot it and make it work
Right.
US. So it should be interesting to see if Peep Show can do it. The Office
Yeah.
can do it. I'm a little more dubious about Peep Show though because one,
Well,
people,
you're a
people have
huge
problems
fan.
watching it. I'm a huge fan, so that's tough for me. And also because The Office, the original one, basically only had 2 seasons and a Christmas special. Whereas Peep Show, the British one, has 9 seasons.
That's a lot of
So,
seasons.
granted, I think there's only like 8 episodes a season, but still, it's like, how is the American version supposed to tread its own ground if so much has been covered by the British version?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's coming, and you will see it. It will be hyped up, and we'll have to see if it
I probably
sinks or
won't watch it.
swims.
probably
Yeah.
not gonna watch it, I'm
Well,
gonna
and
be
we're
honest.
also going to have to see if they do the
It's-
first person thing.
Yeah,
because
it
that's
was-
a
it
big
was
part
too
of the
much for
show.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm kind of
but-
excited about it. I'm kind of dubious about it, but it should be fun.
All right. Well, there we go. Peep Show coming to the U.S. We have also, let's talk about this. So this is kind of wrapping up some Comic-Con stuff from last week with all the trailers that came out. There's so much stuff that came out.
Well, and the biggest thing that came out of it was arguably the Wonder Woman trailer or the Justice League trailer.
yeah.
So
And
we figured we'd talk a little bit about. I think we have to say something about.
We've got to mention it. I mean, the Wonder Woman trailer, I got to say, it does look pretty interesting. The way it's shot, it looks good. It's
Yep.
Wonder Woman, and Chris Pine is the co-star in it.
There are a few good things going for this. One of which is Zack Snyder is not directing.
Okay.
So that's a plus. However, they do have a pretty young director, well, young in her film roles anyway, or film jobs. She did Monster. Her name's Patty Jenkins. She did Monster with Charlize Theron, which is a very well-reviewed movie.
yeah.
And then she's done a lot of TV. She did a few episodes of The Killing,
Which a
which
lot
is
of people
great
love The Killing,
series.
yeah.
Absolutely fantastic series. So she's got good pedigree as far as, strong female roles. But it'll be interesting to see how she does with a big movie like this.
Yeah.
But anyway, so far the trailer I thought looked pretty impressive.
I think the trailer looks the best of any of the Justice League movies that have come out yet.
I would have to agree. Chris Pine adds a little bit of fun to a little bit of comedy,
Yeah.
and Gal Gadot is just powerful and beautiful and
Yes.
all the things that she always is,
All of those things.
graceful. And there's also some kick-ass action in it.
Yeah.
She gets out the golden lasso, which
Yeah,
looks
the golden
really
lasso part
cool
that was pretty
in
cool
the
to see
trailer.
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that I have more positive response from this than I have from
Batman versus Superman.
Batman
yeah.
or the first Superman, Man of Steel.
Yeah.
The first reboot. It's we'll see.
So that is the Wonder Woman trailer that came out for that, and then so let's see, Wonder Woman is next June of 2017,
Yeah.
and then that will be followed up in November by the Justice League
Right.
movie. Their DC's
Which is Zack
attempts
Snyder.
DC's attempts to pretty much copy everything Marvel has done.
Yes.
With this Justice League movie, and so the trailer for this, it's basically, it shows Ben Affleck, as Bruce Wayne trying to go around, and this isn't spoiling anything, it's what he explains in the trailer.
Yeah.
Going around and gathering superheroes because he said there's something bad coming and I need special people to help me fight them. And so, of course, you get to see Aquaman on screen.
Jason Momoa, who
Yeah,
has had
Khal
probably
Drogo.
he's probably had like 3 lines on screen so far. I mean,
For the trailers?
for Game of Thrones.
Oh, forget. No. Moon and Stars.
He didn't speak a lot. We haven't seen a lot of emotional. Yeah, exactly. So it'll be
I mean, who
interesting
knows
to
what he
see
said.
how he carries a role. He's
Yeah.
obviously a powerful guy, and
Yeah.
women love him. And,
Right,
and
yeah.
so that doesn't hurt.
That's going to sell tickets
and he
right there.
definitely looks like Aquaman. Like
He does.
He looks like a good Aquaman.
And contrary to a lot of people I know rip on Aquaman.
Yeah.
But I like Aquaman.
You always liked Aquaman.
I like Aquaman.
Aquaman
I like
is
the underdog.
he is the whipping.
I mean,
the whipping
if you
post.
think about it, he controls fish. So just get out of the water, and then you're safe.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's
I
got
get
some
it.
powers out of the water, doesn't he?
I think he's got a little bit, but
Mostly not.
mostly he controls
Yeah.
fish.
He can talk to frogs.
Yeah, probably.
He
Yeah,
can talk to
that's a border
amphibious
zone. Yeah,
creatures.
that's a border zone.
Yeah, amphibious creatures.
You can't
are his
control
buddies.
them, but he can gather their interests.
They can just BS.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, but Aquaman
We also
in
got
there.
to see Ezra Miller as the Flash.
Yeah, the Flash.
Which to me is curious because they already have the Flash on a CW show that DC also produces, DC Television
they're not-
produces, but they don't like to cross over.
yeah, they don't. Do
But my
that.
question
Marvel
is:
does.
Is
They don't.
Ezra Miller any better than the guy that plays the Flash? I mean, he's done some cool stuff.
Yeah.
In the trailer, it was like I remember seeing it and thinking, the other dude could have done that. you
Yeah.
know?
I don't know.
In the trailer, to me, the Flash looks like DC's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's
we
what
talked
it is.
about it.
That's what he is. Yeah, the Flash is Spider-Man. He's the young comic relief.
Right.
I'm goofy. I'm a kid.
I don't
but
quite
have
know how to use my
superpowers.
powers.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
But this is really cool.
I want to be a part of the team.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Cast.
So that's.
So there's the Justice League trailer coming out.
Yeah, so those are the 2 things. Now, I just want to say about the Wonder Woman trailer, which comes out first. It's kind of Gal Gadot's job, and this is a big job, to resuscitate DC's franchise here.
Mm-hmm.
Warner's DC franchise, we should say. And so it better be good. I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
For Patty Jenkins and for Gal Gadot to bring people back to the fold, to make a ton of money off this movie would be fine. But what we really need out of this movie, what Warner Brothers really needs out of this movie, is critical acclaim.
Yeah.
We need a really high score for this for people to care. I mean, and then they're spending God knows how much on Justice League. So if Wonder Woman flops, should it flop, it could be the death knell on the franchise. I mean, Justice League will still come out, but
Right,
it's
they're
not
still going to
good.
do it, but it's not going to be that could be the end of it.
So it's a big movie for them.
Well, there we go. So that is Justice League and Wonder Woman both coming out next year.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, really
again,
curious.
we're pretty excited about the Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah,
so far.
Wonder Woman trailer looks good.
Yeah,
Um,
but it better
Justice
be.
League, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something else. Now, did you want to talk about this other trailer for Matt Damon? Is this,
I absolutely want to talk about this.
There's another Matt Damon movie coming out. Of course,
Matt
Bourne is
Damon.
in Matt Damon. Bourne is in the theaters right now. Jason Bourne, but there is a new trailer for a movie. It comes out in February.
Yes.
That came out starring Matt Damon.
Now, let's preface this by saying this is the biggest, most expensive Chinese movie ever made. That's what we're being told.
I think it's a Chinese movie starring
It is,
Matt Damon.
yes, exactly, and that's a very interesting thing. Now, China has been, bulldogging their way into the American film market. They've done some joint releases. The reboot for Point Break was a joint
so bad,
production
though.
between China.
So bad.
Well, and that's the thing, because Chinese audiences like different things than American audiences. They're much more into the Michael Bay whiz-bang thing than American audiences are. Not that American audiences aren't. I mean, the Fast Furious franchise proves that we're were pretty down with that.
Yeah.
But it seems to be even over, even
Yeah.
more so in China. However, yeah, this is a pretty interesting thing. Matt Damon is a Chinese warrior, I guess, or an American warrior in China, but it's during because he can't be American because there weren't any Americans. It's during the building of the Great Wall.
So how the hell does this even make sense?
Yeah, it's really weird.
I
It's
mean, I get, like,
we
Marco
just really
Polo-
wanted Matt Damon.
Like Marco Polo, okay,
Yeah.
that makes kind of sense. I guess they can tie
Well,
him
I'm
in
sure
with
they're
that
going
where
to
he's
figure
a
out a way to explain
European
it.
trader who happens to be there and then becomes the greatest warrior because,
Right.
well, those Chinese guys can't fight for
So-
themselves. I better show them how to do it. Like, I mean, that's pretty much what.
Yeah, it's The Last Samurai, except
Yeah.
it's the Chinese version. Because Tom
You silly
Cruise
Chinese
was
people,
The
let me
Last
show you.
Samurai. Yeah, exactly.
You clearly have not done anything.
But so a couple other interesting. Oh, so the twist here before we explain the twist. The twist is that the Great Wall of China was not created to stop Eurasian invaders and Mongol hordes. It was created to stop these dog monster thingies.
What?
I mean, that's what they look like to me. I don't know. So here they are. He's going to show up on screen for those who are viewing this. If you're not in the podcast, there it is. There's the dog
there's dog
monster. He looks a
monsters.
lot like the dog monster from Ghostbusters to me.
Okay, so we're
In that
adding in a
first-
little
I
bit
mean,
of Game of Thrones.
Granted, it's
to
like a
this.
half second that you see him on screen.
Oh, and he can throw his shield like Captain America.
Sure.
So okay, now this makes sense.
Yes, but
this is just historically accurate.
some things going forward is Zhang Yimou is directing. He's the guy that did House of Flying Daggers, which is a pretty sweet movie.
Yeah.
He was also responsible, interestingly enough, for the Beijing opening and closing ceremonies.
All right, yeah, those were that's. He can
Everybody
organize
loved that.
a lot of people.
Yeah, everybody loved that.
Yeah.
So
All right, there we go.
we'll
Matt
see how this
Damon-
works.
Matt Damon saves China.
Matt Damon.
That's what that should just be called right there.
That'd be way better. I'd see that.
I, Matt Damon, will save you.
He should just be. Yeah, he should play
Yeah,
Matt Damon
in every movie.
as some sort of in this movie though,
Yeah,
like as some sort
a
of
time traveling Matt Damon.
ethereal creature. Yeah, that like doesn't have, mortality.
How do you like them apples?
If he did that, that would be the.
That would be great.
All
All right, well, there we go. That is the new Matt Damon movie that's going to be coming out. Let's go to something else. This is something that I'm
had to
excited
talk
for.
about it.
And it is a franchise that's now entering its 6th season.
Yeah, this is your favorite, Ryan Murphy.
I mean, it's not my favorite, but I really do
You
like
dig
it.
it.
Yeah,
You dig
I dig it. I dig it.
It's Ryan Murphy's brilliant serialized TV show, of course, American Horror Story.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some new teasers.
We'd have. So the 6th season comes out, I believe it's September 12th. September 14th is when it releases. And they put out a series of these little, 10-second promos showing really creepy stuff that happens. And this is the start of it right now. So the different trailers, that's always the speculation, is what is the new American Horror Story going to be about?
Well, and if there's one
And-
thing you can say for this series, it's that their marketing and their enigmatic play with their trailers has been brilliant throughout.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
done a really good job of intriguing people and bringing them into the fold.
Yeah, and with this, because you always speculate, and they all tie in together. All of the series do.
They do.
Yeah.
See, I've only gone through the first 2 seasons, and I mean, I knew they
Yeah.
tied in by actors, but are you saying there's a narrative tie?
There's a narrative
That
tie
I'm not aware of. Okay.
small, but yeah, they all tie in together, and
Okay.
there's references to them. You kind of have to look for it. It's kind of like
Right,
Easter
some
eggs.
Easter eggs. Okay.
Yeah, but there's speculation that this one is actually taking off of something that happens at the end of the first one.
Oh my God, that looks
where
so
it's-
spooky with those
It's really
horrifying
creepy
eyes.
stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of what they're showing in the trailers has to do with the number 6. This is the 6th season, but they're saying that the 6th part could
Oh
also
my
be
God.
for a satanic theme to it.
That is
And
horrible.
that's,
We're watching right now a question mark and a 6 sewed into a man's
Yeah,
bald head.
and there's
that
a guy
was horrifying.
telling him to keep it out of the water or something
Oh,
like
boy.
that too. And then there's also a picture of a house, but
Now
you hear a
that
chainsaw
is
in the
cool.
background, where a chainsaw is obviously doing something terrible to people. And
Yeah, maybe they're just stocking up for the winter.
I'm sure that's it. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's all
it's gotta be
innocent.
good.
This is going to be the one where it's not a horror story at all.
Yeah,
It's just
that'd be
a
nice.
series of misunderstandings.
Or maybe just a dramedy.
Right.
That'd be fun.
But they are bringing back the same cast. Lady Gaga is back again.
Oh, cool.
Kathy Bates, Dennis O'Hare, Evan Peters, Angela Bassett.
They're bringing back Evan Peters. That's great.
Bringing back Evan Peters.
He's the best.
The one that's not getting back, I don't believe Emma Roberts is going to get asked back. From what I read, she was a terror on the set, and so they decided not to.
Really?
Bring her back.
Because
That's
she
what
was
I heard.
also in Ryan Murphy's show Scream Queens, so it sounds strange that he would cast her in 2 different franchises.
Well, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
but
she
she's
is the
definitely
one.
not
She
back.
is in the movie Nerve, which we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and she's not back. So
Interesting.
However, You never know, though. They could always add somebody in and just not announce it.
Sure.
Could be a surprise at the end.
Sure.
Because they do that kind of thing, too. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this looks good. I think the hotel one kind of got... The last season got graphic just for graphic violence's sake.
Oh, perfect. I'm into
This,
that.
hopefully, they've got a little more story to it, but it definitely looks creepy enough that maybe they will. I think from what they've said, it will revolve around children and operatic themes.
Yeah,
So,
I read
kids,
that. What
creepy kids.
Operatic? How is that?
It's Lady Gaga, so
Okay,
you know.
But I don't understand how opera
I don't know.
gets in
We'll
there.
have to find out.
Because opera is, one of the most popular art forms. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody goes to the opera these days.
Right.
Yeah. It's big.
Right.
It's huge.
Huge.
I'm going to the opera right after this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm realizing what time it is, too. So we got some stuff to get through here.
Oh, no,
Still,
Greg.
we've got to get through some
Lightning
things.
rounds?
Some lightning rounds.
All right.
Netflix up, renewing pretty much everything that has ever appeared on its network, it seems like. And it came out today, or just over the last couple of days, that, of course, Stranger Things was renewed, which is great.
Well, we knew it was that Matthew Modine was talking renewal, but
Yeah.
we got confirmation.
Actual confirmation.
Yeah.
And that just makes sense. Other ones that got renewed, Lady Dynamite, it's all right.
Fun comedy.
Yeah, it's fun. Chelsea, I really am not a big Chelsea Handler fan, so I haven't watched that, and I won't.
Well,
just to be honest.
We've heard good and bad, but it always takes a talk show a long time to gain its feet.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, they're obviously giving her another shot. It's a weird
Well, I
medium
think they're
for a
giving
talk show.
everybody another
Yeah,
shot.
that's the thing. Netflix would
'Cause-
rather just renew,
Flaked got another season.
which I don't know
is
anybody's
Will
watching
Arnett.
that, which I enjoy it, but
I watched a few of them. Yeah.
again, there's so much TV out there that if it's not fantastic, it's really hard to keep with it.
Yeah. The Ranch got renewed, the Ashton Kutcher one.
The
and
multi-camera sitcom.
Real Rob got renewed, which is a fake reality series about Rob Schneider.
It's Rob Schneider's Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it got raked over the coals.
So
in
bad.
the
I watched it. I watched about 3 or 4 of them, and
Yeah.
I had to turn it off.
I
And
kinda
like that
like
style.
Rob Schneider, too.
I like Rob Schneider
He's
also.
a likable guy.
But
affable.
no.
Yeah.
One more thing that's coming to Netflix, and I just felt like I had to bring this up.
Yeah.
Because it's such a strange concept that it looks like they're trying to, another thing they're bringing from overseas over to here.
Mm-hmm.
It's this thing called slow TV.
Oh, God.
Slow TV.
So
and
I
had
just
to look
learned
it
about
up.
this 5 minutes ago.
I had to look it up. Slow TV is a phenomenon in Norway. It's Norwegian television, and I'll even read the definition. It's the genre of live marathon television coverage of an ordinary event in its complete length. And this series is so popular over there. A lot of it revolves around train rides. They'll just put a camera on a train, and so it'll be like a 7-hour train ride, and they just film it. That's it. There's no cuts, no anything. It's just a camera showing a train.
And it's not scripted?
No, there's no script. There's no people in it. That's one of them. They have one where it's knitting. They just have people knitting for hours upon hours. And you watch these shows, and I guess they love it.
They
Like,
don't get enough
love it.
sunlight up there.
That's
it's
true.
a little kooky.
It is.
They-
and they've got 3 different versions of the fireplace
They're probably
video.
just watching it because the train ride occurred during the daytime, and they're like,
Oh,
"Oh
light.
God,
Oh,
look
light.
at that warm sun."
It could be. But Netflix just bought out a bunch of them. So there's going to be a whole series of them that are popping up
so odd.
in August. Those will start showing up for slow TV. So now you know
So
before the phenomenon starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another phenomenon that's
Yes.
happening is this new thing that this guy, Josh Wakely, is creating, which are animated series for kids which use songs from very popular artists' covers of those songs. So the first
I'm already
one
confused.
that's coming out is called Beat Bugs. And
This is going to be on Netflix?
yeah, and it's inspired by the songs of the Beatles. And they have a bunch of artists doing it. They have Sia, Eddie Vedder, the Shins, all doing Beatles covers. I thought this looked really
Wait, so
interesting.
they do covers, but then how is this a children's show on top of that?
Because so basically what it is like a jukebox musical made into an animated series. Now a jukebox musical is like, say, Anthony's song or whatever, which basically takes a bunch of Billy Joel songs and builds them into a narrative. Another one you might know about is Mamma Mia, which takes a bunch of ABBA songs and carves them
so
into
it's
a
gonna
narrative.
be a musical?
It's a musical of sorts, but it's an animated series with little bugs, and they're going to be singing Beatles songs. But what's interesting to me
So
about
far,
this,
nothing of
yeah,
this
and I
sounds
saw
like
the
anything I wanna
trailer,
watch.
and it was bad. Like the cover that they did was bad. But the interesting thing is this guy is taking this and running with it. He's also got another show that Netflix is producing called Motown, which is being produced with the help of Smokey Robinson.
Okay.
And they're going to do a bunch of Motown stuff. And this is like about kids in like a Detroit-like city that find some kind of magic thing with street art, apparently. And then the guy has another one called Time Out of Mind, which he's producing for Amazon, which is all to do with Bob Dylan songs. It's just a really strange
kids care
concept.
about Bob Dylan songs?
I think it's a way to get the parents to be okay with it being in the background. That's the only thing I can think of. But this guy has licensed over 50 Beatles songs. He's done 52 Motown songs for the other one. Okay. I don't know how many Bob Dylan songs he's got, but it's really weird.
That's a really strange concept. When does this come to Netflix?
The first one is August 3rd. That's when the Beat.
I will watch one of those just
August
to see
3rd.
what the hell it is.
You could just watch the trailer because it was bad enough for me to not watch it.
Well, if he's optioned 52 Beatles songs, that's not cheap.
I had to bring it up because this is such a strange concept, and this guy is getting gold out of this. I mean, what a great idea for him. I mean, I don't want to watch it, but man, he's making bank off of turning jukebox musicals into children's animated series.
I mean, that's great. I mean, it seems like Netflix is the thing if you're an artist or creator or an actor or anything. Get in there for one thing, and they'll renew everything, and you get to stay with it.
That's what it looks like. But the strange thing is he's also doing it for Amazon. It almost seems like Amazon was like, oh, they're doing that? Well, we better do it too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how they roll.
Hey, get in there.
Yeah,
get the money.
It's true.
All right. Well, I think we're starting to run low on time because we need to get to our Between the Cracks.
We do.
And there's other stuff. Next week, we'll make sure and talk about Arrested Development.
Yeah, season 5. We've heard a little bit more news about season 5. Everybody's bated breath on that one, but there's good things.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Ryan's going to have a whole breakdown on Gilmore Girls that he wanted to talk about, so he'll fill you in with that.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry we ran out of time.
That's my passion.
For that. But
we all have passions. Greg.
I know, we do.
It's my passion.
We do have to get to this, though, and this is our Between the Cracks for this week, and it's something that Netflix did renew for a good reason, and it's...
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it quite qualifies for Between the Cracks, because a lot of people know about it, but I think
a
lot of
people
don't
that don't
know about it.
Yeah, I think it's less popular than you might think.
This is a brilliant revival of Twilight Zone style serials by a man named Charlie Brooker. His famous quote that you can find about it is, "If technology is a drug, and it does feel like a drug, then what precisely are the side effects?" And Black Mirror explores technology gone rampantly wild and sort of what if this tangent continued this way? How would that affect society?
And so far, I mean, the seasons are very short. I think it's
6 episodes?
6 episodes, maybe per season. And Black Mirror, so there's 2 seasons that are on Netflix now, and then a movie.
And the 3rd season got renewed. Netflix grabbed the rights to it, which Channel 4 was very upset about.
Channel 4
Channel 4 is where it came in the UK. That's where it came up. And I guess Netflix just outbid them.
Nice. Yeah. Good for Netflix.
Good for Netflix, good for us.
Yeah.
Because we don't have Channel 4.
So each one, like you were saying, it's kind of like the Twilight Zone or Outer Limits.
Yeah.
And it's each theme is technology. They're really screwed up.
So
Some of them really mess with your head.
The first one that I ever saw is the first episode, of course. And it is, to me, the hardest to get through. It is shocking. It is just odd and bizarre. And it almost like dares you to keep watching. It's like, oh, you like this? Well, if you get through that, we'll give you the other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they're really so good. If you're a fan of that, I mean, if you're watching this show and found us, you obviously probably like tech. So this would definitely be a show right up your alley.
And a couple episodes I want to talk about quickly. There's the TV virtual reality thing.
Let's not give spoilers, though.
No, we won't give spoilers, but this is a lot of it is dystopia, and this is where people are in this room and they have to cycle for credits, and if they have enough, and their domicile, this small domicile that they live in, is bombarded with TV screens, and commercials pop up, whether you want them to or not, and they're loud, and the only way you can turn them off is by paying credits, and you earn credits by riding these exercise bikes.
Yep.
That's a crazy one. There's also a really awesome one called The Entire History of You, which is about all these people that have this little recorder in their brain. Everyone has them. It's like the iPhone.
We're not that far off from that.
It's like the iPhone, and and this one really hits home. In fact, it hit home with Robert Downey Jr. and George Clooney, who both tried to option the rights for it to make a movie.
That makes
Robert
sense.
Downey Jr. got the rights for it, and that one is about basically people being able to record everything they see and watch it back.
There's also a movie being made of one of the other ones too.
Oh, really?
The last one, yeah. I'm not even going to spoil it because honestly, they're so good. I really think you should just go watch it.
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Well, hopefully I didn't spoil too much, but I just
No,
wanted
no,
to
you
tease
didn't.
it a little
No,
bit because
that didn't
it's
spoil
very
anything.
interesting. And if you like Twilight Zone, you're gonna go crazy for this show.
Yeah. If you like any of that kind of stuff, even if you like Stranger Things, this might be right up your alley too because
Absolutely.
it gets the nostalgia a little bit, but it's all set in the future. It's awesome. So, all right, there we go.
Yeah.
This
That's our
is-
Between the Cracks.
Yeah, that's Between the Cracks. We are again between the streams. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening via iTunes or Stitcher, or however you get your podcasts, that's great. That's the audio version. So we got versions of both. Sometimes they're a little bit different, so definitely check them both out, and we'll let you know when we have special stuff happening. But we are live on YouTube every Friday at 2 p.m., so you can tune in here and check us out and send us an email, podcast@digitaltrends.com. Share the show, let your friends know,
Tell 'em.
and yeah, let us know what you want to see renewed, what shows you're watching, because maybe we should be checking them out.
We like TV.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yes. Thanks a lot. All right, we'll be back next week.